Good sweat. It's always tough. We only have two guys, a little short-handed, but it was good. I thought it went well. Glad to compete a little bit and try to show my best.
You guys do some one-on-one or anything?
Yeah, we did a little bit of one-on-one for the block, for the elbow, stuff like that. We're able to compete a little bit, so yeah.
Did you wind up winning?
He won a lot of them. He's a big guy. He's tough to guard one-on-one. A lot of respect for Josh. Really good player.
You had any other workouts?
I had a workout with the Phoenix Suns on Thursday, and then I have one with the Clippers tomorrow.
Any more coming up after that?
After that, Golden State on the 5th, Charlotte on the 7th, and then a couple more later in June.
What was just your initial impressions coming in here, meeting some of these guys, seeing this facility?
It's a really cool experience. First of all, being in LA, it's a great city. It's fun. And then, being able to practice in the facility where a lot of really good players practice, and just being able to be on this stage and try to showcase your talents is a really cool experience.
The great Laker Kurt Rambis is around these parts. Do you get a lot of comparisons?
You know what? I heard that. I heard that today too. So I'll gladly take that. It's an honor and a pretty cool thing.
Are you going to have to go drive with Uber after this?
No, I think I'm retired for a little bit, at least for a short while.
Why is that?
A little busy with basketball, so I got some things going on.
Can't spit it on the side or anything?
No, not right now.
Were you surprised kind of by all of the support that came out of that and kind of this fan base that grew after?
Yeah, it was kind of a overnight thing for me where you go from sort of being a nobody to having a lot of people cheer for you. It's a cool experience and kind of got a little bit of a cult following out of it. It's fun.
What's the most interesting experience you had doing that?
Probably the best thing that came from it was being on the Dan Patrick Show, being able to go on there and sort of be an intern for the day. Do you mean like ride-wise?
Yeah,
or?
ride-wise.
I mean, the weirdest experience was I picked up someone who got fired, and she carpooled to work, so their boss had to pay for them to come pick them up, and I was the person that picked them up, so that was pretty awkward.
You console her?
Yeah, it was a long 40-minute quiet ride with a lot of country music in the background. So, coolest ride. I mean, you just get to meet a lot of cool fans. So, in Cincinnati, Xavier basketball is pretty big. So you're driving around, you meet people who said, "Oh, I was a walk-on back in the '80s. I went there, I played there, whatever." So it's pretty cool.
Matt, what was the toughest part of your workout today?
Oh, the toughest part was probably just all the moves we did. They like to finish a lot of the things. So it's a jump hook, grab the ball, then dunk it. You're doing that back to back to back with one guy going in between you. Became pretty fatigued. So.
What's your approach going up against a guy that big?
Trying to contain him as much as possible. I mean, he gets his position really easily. So if you're trying to not let him catch it close to the hoop, it's really hard not to. So you try to contain him as much as you can and make him finish over you.
What part of your game will translate best to the NBA?
I think my ability just to play hard. Whenever I'm on the court, I play my hardest. And, if I could be a big body that clogs up the paint or gets in people's way, I'm never going to be the guy jumping up and blocking anyone's shot like that. But if I could take up space and be a guy who could also pass out of the post too, I think I'll be able to spread the court a lot. When I catch the ball at the post, people look at me, dig down, whatever, and able to kick it out.
Is there a player current or past that you sort of pattern your game or emulate your game after when you study tape?
I think Zach Randolph, he's a guy who's sort of similar in my stature. He's athletic, but he's not the most athletic. I think he has a pretty good mid-range shot, is able to pass the ball. So I think I try to watch a lot of film about him and bottle myself into him.
You seem to have good footwork on offense. We saw in the NCAA tournament. Byron's a defensive-minded coach. What's your biggest strengths defensively?
Defensively, I think I'm in the spot where I'm supposed to be. So when I learned a defensive scheme, at Xavier, we had a pack line defense where we stay within the three-point line, and when I know where I'm supposed to be, I'm always there. So I think when I get a defensive scheme, I'm able to be in the right spot at the right time.
You walk in and you see the trophies, you see the iconic Laker jerseys on the wall. Did you give much thought to what it would be like to play with the Kobe Bryant?
Oh yeah, after you figure out every workout you're getting, you can always dream about being part of that team or living in that city or just the stuff that people have gone through in the past. And it's something where it'd be such a blessing. It'd be a great thing for me just to be able to, if I'm the 15th guy on the team and I'm able to cheer people on, work my butt off in practice, do whatever. I'm realistic in knowing that I'm not a guy that's going to be getting a lot of playing time, if any playing time, if making a team. So for me, it's I want to play my hardest and be able to help a team however I can.
Can you be honest? Can you be honest about protocol of tipping Uber drivers? Because I know you're not supposed to, but then there are some drivers who give you a bad rating if you don't tip. Like, what are you supposed to do?
You know what? You're allowed to get tips. It's only cash tips, and you have
Okay.
to let them know, like, hey, you don't have to tip me. And they say, oh no, I insist, and you're allowed to take it. So.
Okay, so if you just get out and don't offer to tip, are you a bad person?
No, I don't think so. I always tell people when they say, oh, hey, if I had cash, I'd tip you. I say, oh, don't worry about it. I'm getting 80% of the fare. I sort of explain the whole rundown, and it's not a big deal to me.
What do you make of all like the cabs being upset about?
You know what? I always like to equate it to, no one's crying when the pager companies are going out of business because cell phones come around. So, it's kind of changing of the times. It's what happens. I understand. I feel sympathy for someone who may lose their job or have to switch over to Ubering, but, it's part of the changing of the times.